What's going on, guys? Look, happy Tuesday. Let me ask you a question. If I asked you how much money would you like to earn, have, generate in 2026, do you know the answer? What's interesting about that question is a lot of times when I ask, up and coming business leaders and up and coming entrepreneurs and people who have a mission, folks who have things that they would like to do, they have a hard time answering this question. Now, in this video, I'm going to help anyone listening who believes they're a leader and believes that they would like to easily answer these questions about money, right? About money so that you can get to a new level. And here's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you the art of the only. Now, I'm not the inventor of the only. I learned it from my coach, so I'm going to teach it to you. It's the art of the only. So when someone asks you, I say, hey, what's going on, Jay? How much money are you looking to earn in 2026? Man, I only want to do $3 million a month. That's it. I only want to do $1 million for the year. I only want to do $20,000 a week. Like when you start adding only to that answer, what happens is, I'm not telling you it's going to happen in the very beginning, but what happens is it starts to help your mind to change when it comes to money. I get it, right? Because a lot of times as leaders, we are in the business of helping people. Right? Don't you want to help people? I was just on a coaching call literally about an hour ago, and one of our new, students, and she's talking about what she wants to do, and she begins to just like let me know if, I don't usually charge people for this thing I can do now, and I'm just smiling. I'm just like, well, you're not gonna always do that. Like you're gonna charge people because it makes sense. Because people that pay attention, and if people pay you, then you'll actually be able to do more good than not. So the only method just puts only in front of any number. Doesn't matter how big or how small, you always say only. So, all right, it's still January. And even if you haven't set your objectives for 2026, this is the time. Like concentration this week is critical to your success. Concentration this week, because the change that you seek, the transformation that you're going to experience in 2026, all comes down to these first couple of weeks, right? We decided to transform, and that's the change. This week we're going to be aiming, because for the rest of the year, we're going to be aiming at the same thing. You're not going to be going back and forth, because next week from what's that, day 18, at day 18, that's next Sunday, we're going to be talking about clarity. We're going to be talking about purpose, stuff that I know you love. But this week we got to make sure our aim is correct. So it's the mental adjustment of the only. So when you look at the numbers and when you think you see a big number, always say only. Last thing I'm going to say, I was reading the Bible this morning, and the one thing I like about reading the Bible is listening to the Bible, especially the King James Version. The King James Version on the Bible app has I think the guy must be like English or from London, because he has a really cool voice. I love his voice. And so we're reading through Matthew, and it got to that scripture, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but you know where it is. It's the one where the rich ruler is talking to Jesus, and he's talking to Jesus. And why is it that scripture is there? It's not for the reasons that we think it's there. Because most of the time when people quote the scripture about the rich ruler and how it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom than it is, than the camel to pass through the eye of a needle. But what I love about the end part of what Jesus said is that with God, all things are possible. You were born rich. In the whole tone that One of my good mentors said, Bob Proctor, you were born rich. You were born rich in resources, rich in ability, rich in potential, and that potential can only come about through you. So, yes, you were born rich. Yes, you were made to actually steward more riches than you have. And how are you going to steward those riches? You're going to steward those riches by now using the only method. It's only $1 million a year. It's only $2 million a month. It's only $100,000 a day. It's only. Now let's see where only takes you, because I believe the way that it's helping me, I believe it can help you as well. So guys, comment below your only number. How much money would you like to earn, make, have this year in 2026? And make sure you put only in front of it. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.